Hi, my name is Aaron from Superior Singing Method, and this is Singing Tips for Beginners. Okay, singing tips for beginners. I want to talk a little bit about the arpeggio breathing technique. And before you freak out, I know it's like, what's that? This is going to be technical. I promise it won't be technical because I'm not that technical. For me, I just like to break things down in a way that's simple that we can understand. And I'm going to give you a great exercise toward the end of this video that you're gonna be great with. So I want to talk a little bit about diaphragm breathing. I'm sure you've heard this diaphragm breathing, but I want to show you how to do it just in the most simplistic terms. First of all, if you keep your chest high, and not like parade high or whatever, not like silly high, but just if you keep it not collapse, but if you keep it nice and high and you breathe from your belly, right? You breathe from the belly and you're actually not, there's a difference between belly breathing and this arpeggio diaphragm breathing method. So you're not breathing straight, not like, so your belly's getting big like this. It's kind of out of your belly and it's a little bit out of your sides, like the oblique area too. That's the arpeggio Italian breathing method. So that's kind of how you breathe as you're doing the diaphragm breathing. And then when you sing out, right, you breathe out. Instead of doing like I'm doing now, you don't want to be like, and let your chest collapse. You want to keep it nice and high the whole time. So it's like in, you're expanding from the sides, in, and you're high, you're singing, sing, stay nice and high. The tendency is to want to collapse. But for diaphragm breathing, which is the best kind of breathing that you can do as far as having the best type of singing, make sure that stays high. And the diaphragm, it's kind of a weird thing. What happens is when you do breathe in, when your chest is high, the diaphragm, it's part of your body, it will lower and your lungs are actually encased in your ribs here. And when the diaphragm lowers, it displaces your organs. That may be kind of gross to you, but displaces your organs and allows a lot more space for those lungs to be able to expand. Because I remember one of my vocal teachers, she used to say, the three most important things when it comes to singing is air, air, and air, right? Just making a point of like that old thing of like, when you buy a house, what are the three main things? Location, location, location. Just the idea of like having enough air and having it be supported is one of the most important things when it comes to singing. So what I want to do is I want to give you an exercise that's going to help you with that diaphragm breathing and help you remember to do that. One way that you can do this, you can just do this standing as we're doing right now. Another way to do it is if you go against a wall to know like your posture's right for diaphragm, if you go against the wall and you put your heels up against the wall, put your back up against the wall, and you put your head up against that wall, that's going to align you in a way that's going to help you most with this. Another way you can do it, you can do this exercise while you're laying down on the ground. That's going to have you nice and lined up, and that's going to help you with the diaphragm breathing. So either way, or you can do it standing, but do it with me here. So there's three different things I want to do. Ha, and ah. Now all three of those different ones, I want to do it on a scale that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, right? So here we go. I'm gonna demo it and then we can do it together. So we'll start with the hums. Ha, ah. That makes sense. So we're doing the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2 on each one. And here's what we're doing. We're starting with the It's the safest type of exercise. It's what's called it's a closed mouth exercise. The air is just coming out of your nose. It's super safe for your voice. And then we're going to do the different ha. That's a slightly more open mouth exercise, and the ah, that's the most open mouth exercise. That if you're blasting ah, that's when you can hurt your voice. So this is a good way to warm up your voice and strengthen those muscles during the exercise, so that when you're actually singing, you're not going to hurt your voice. So let's do it one more time together. So it's the the ha, the ah, ha, ah, but on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 each. Okay, you ready? But you got to do it with me because you're not going to get better if we don't do this together. Certainly if you don't do it, afterwards for a few minutes. Here we go. Did you do it with me that time? You can rewind this and you can do it a few more times, but one other thing I want to tell you is I just created a quiz, and the quiz is how to find out what your #1 singing killer is. This is super important because I found out there's just a handful of singing killers that most singers deal with, and if you can discover what yours is and you can correct that, it unlocks so much for your singing. And here's what else I'm going to do. So you're going to take the quiz, takes about 30 seconds, and afterward, once you find out what your #1 singing killer is, I'm going to send you a tailor-made video for your specific specific singing killer that's going to show you how to correct it so that you can get that open, wide open, and all the exercise that you're doing here and all the other stuff that I give you, it's going to be more effective because you've got rid of that #1 singing killer. So click the link below, take the quiz, and then I'll send you your other free video to teach you how to correct it, and I'll see you on the other side.